Sophia, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Talk to me about this. First and foremost, this win last night. You guys got off to a hot start on offense. Everyone was clicking too. It seemed like there was no one huge score. Everyone was putting up numbers in the box score. Is that the goal of this team going into each and every game, to have multiple scores? And if so, what do you see your role as on this team?
I feel like that's huge for us. Whenever each of us is scoring, I feel like that relieves the pressure off of me and Audrey. Most games when Kaylee Wellman, she gets a ton of boards and a ton of putbacks. That helps us so much and just relieves the pressures for us overall. I feel like yesterday we came out with a ton of energy, and that just helped us. You could tell in the beginning we had a good start. We forced them to call a couple timeouts, and that really just got us pumped up and ready to play.
Sophie, this is going to be your second trip to the district finals in 2 years. What lessons did you learn from the atmosphere of a district championship last year that you can take into this year and know that the experience is there, and maybe this time the kind of the lights and the atmosphere won't be too big for you guys?
I feel like last year we were super nervous. Like, we're also going to be nervous this year too, obviously, just because it's going to be a pretty intense game. I feel like we just have to come out there and give it our all, and that's all we can do. We just have to focus on how we play and not worry about anything else around us.
Talk to me about the excitement, or just the thoughts process going into playing this Liberty team for the third time this season, being the only team that was able to get a win on the Leopards this year too. They got a win also on you guys, so you guys 1-1. This is the grudge match. Just talk to me a little bit about your thoughts going into this.
I know all of us are super excited to play them. I feel like they have a solid team all around with Demi, Sienna, and Foster, and even their bigs. Like, they're one of the best teams by far, and I think we're just excited to get another shot at them. I feel like we've been waiting for this.
Before the season started, I think a lot of people were talking about this Brookfield team and how talented they were going to be this year. Talk about Coach Forsyth and what he's done this year to kind of help you guys kind of right the ship and get past some tough games and not let one bad game turn into a lot, and what he's done this year for you guys and what it's like being coached by him.
I feel like he just makes sure we maintain our confidence. I know we're in a bit of a slump after we had the 2 losses against Champion, but he helped with getting us back together and just made us focus on what was ahead of us and not what happened those 2 games.
Playing in a tough conference like this, I mean, you guys are bound to suffer some losses along the season too, and you're going to have low points, you're going to have high points. When going through those type of low points and you have those valleys more than those peaks, what are you kind of doing to keep yourself with a positive mindset and kind of staying even mentally wise going game to game?
I feel like I just prepare more. I go in the gym more, focus on my shot and just whatever I can do and we can do as a team to just get through it. I feel like after those couple losses, we really made sure we got in the gym and shot more and just focused on what we could do. So that helped us a ton.
So you have been some of your role models as you go through your basketball journey and people that you have kind of looked to as inspirations.
Mainly my dad, I would say. He always pushes me to go in the gym and get extra shots up. And I feel like he's just been a good leader for me throughout my life with everything, as well as my mom, just making sure I'm putting in the time and knowing that it'll work out in the end.
Fantastic season for you going into this year, averaging over 15 points, 10 rebounds a game. Talk to me, was the rebounding aspect of your game, because we always know you could score, but you shoot a decent amount from behind the arc. So was this rebounding a challenge you took on going into this season? And if so, I mean, I got to imagine you're pretty happy with the work that played out this year.
Yes, I'm very happy with it. I feel like rebounding is just a hustle thing. And just like I want to help my team. If we get a rebound, we're going to try and push. And so I feel like that's like just the way we play. We get the rebound, we push it and go and try and score at the other end.
You're muted, Anthony.
A lot of players set goals before the season starts of where they want to kind of be at the end of the season. Now that we are, winding down in games, hopefully you have a couple more in you. Where are you compared to where you wanted to be when you started the season and the goals that you set for yourself?
I feel like one of my main goals, along with my team, was to make it to this game that we're going to be playing on Saturday. And I know last year that's where we lost, and I just feel like we just wanted an opportunity to play in this game again. And I feel like we earned it this year, putting in all our hard work and coming to practice ready to play. I feel like our practices, our coaches have been pushing us extra hard, knowing that we can make it this far. So I think that's just got us ready.
I'll say out of the 4 teams that were there, I was in attendance last night. I think Brookfield had one of the biggest crowds on hand in that game too. So just talk to me about getting that constant support. How much does that influence you guys going into game to game? And I got to imagine, does it hype you up personally?
Yeah, I feel like that helps us out a ton, just having all them there to cheer for us. I know some of our students come, and I feel like that just makes us even more excited to play. And even the games we've lost, they've always been super supportive of us and how we've played, and I think that really helps us with our confidence.
When you look at some of the starts of your basketball journey and what made you fall in love with this sport, what kind of things do you look back at in the beginning of your career when you started basketball, and what made you kind of fall in love with the sport that you play?
I know when I was younger, my parents had me just doing workouts with a couple of my friends, and I feel even one of the girls on my team, and I feel like as a kid, like I just fell in love with it. It just seemed super fun to me. And then getting better at it just made me want to play even more, even from starting in 2nd grade, I think.
How much does it mean to you to be a Brookfield Warrior? And in a sense, I guess, what does it mean to you to wear the colors of Brookfield and represent the Lady Warriors every night?
I feel like it means a lot just wearing the colors. I think we have a great school here. I think we have a great program. And I know in the past our girls team has won quite a bit. So that just encourages us to do even better, I feel.
When you look at some of the things that you want to do in your future, I know you're not a senior yet, but you start to think about the future plans and what you want to accomplish for yourself in life. What kind of things are starting to boil in your mind?
I feel like recently I've just been trying to focus a lot more on my academics because I feel like that would get me far. And then I've also been thinking about basketball, and I've been trying to even out both, leaving time for both because I know academics are also very important.
Is there a certain teacher that you've taken inspiration from at Brookfield, or one that's your favorite, or maybe even just a favorite subject?
I think by far my favorite subject has been math, and my pre-calc teacher, Miss Henry, has really helped me and pushed me to be the player I am today. Even on the basketball court, she's been giving me cards with special messages, thanking me on my 1,000, and I actually missed her class to come do this today.
Oh man,
So
well, we got to thank her for that though.
I did thank her.
When you look at all the things that you've done at Brookfield so far, and obviously you just brought up your 1,000 point, what have been some of your favorite memories with this team so far? And when you look back on the memories you've shared with your friends, what have been some of your favorite memories with this program?
I feel like recently, actually last year, one of my best memories I have is when we played Crestview last year, and at the time they'd beat us both times in regular season. So we came out that game kind of as the underdog. I just think that game there brought us together, and we've thought about that game ever since then, just because we came out with so much energy, and that's what we try to do each game now. That's what we're aiming for, I guess.
Who are some of your role models inside or outside the sport of basketball?
I would say my dad, my mom, Coach Kenny and Coach Fondrick, and I don't know, they've had a pretty big impact on my life, making sure I keep my head straight and set goals for myself.
I don't know where Anthony is, but go ahead too and shout out your support system too, and just everyone that's kind of been there for you every step of the way. Those people that are in the crowd cheering for you and that follow you everywhere you go.
Can you repeat that again? I can't hear you.
I said, yeah, just go ahead and shout out your support system, the people that are in the stands with you and follow you everywhere you go.
Basically my whole family. I know my whole family came to that game last night, and that just encouraged me even more. My brother actually had a game. My little brother is in 6th grade. He had a game at 6 o'clock, and I know him and my dad made the drive to come watch that game. So that really helps me. I love when my dad and my brother are in the stands just cheer me on.
All right, Sophia, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, and best of luck on Saturday in that big
Thank
game.
you guys for having me.